Question number 81. Imagine you have an Azure subscription and are responsible for designing a resiliency strategy to combat ransomware attacks. The strategy involves several steps in security risk lifecycle: before an incident, during an incident, and after an incident, and a feedback loop. During which stage of this process do you identify lessons learned and make changes to the current security procedures? Let's look into this option. What do you think is the right answer? The correct answer is feedback loop. So, what is the security risk feedback loop? The security risk feedback loop is a crucial component of the security risk lifecycle process. It is the step where organizations review and analyze incidents that have occurred to identify lessons learned. This analysis leads to changes and improvements in existing security processes to prevent similar incidents in the future. Essentially, it is a continuous process of learning and enhancement aimed at fortifying the organization's security posture. The feedback loop's benefits include enhanced security measures, proactive approach, improved response time, increased resiliency, and compliance. Question 82. Imagine you have an Azure subscription and you are tasked with creating a solution in line with your zero trust ramp. This solution needs to include guidance on ransomware recovery readiness, ensuring secure and validated backups for rapid recovery. Which ramp initiative should you incorporate in your design? Let's look at the options available. The correct answer is data compliance and governance. A zero trust ramp is a strategic approach to cybersecurity that emphasizes the need to always verify access requests before granting them, regardless of whether they originate from within or outside the network. So instead of assuming the entities inside the network are trustworthy, RAMP advocates for a never trust, always verify mindset. This plan helps organizations protect their data infrastructure and users by implementing security measures that continuously assess and validate risk and access permissions. Question number 83. You have subscribed to Microsoft 365 for email and collaboration services. As part of your security strategy, you plan to incorporate attack simulation training. Describe the tool you would use to select the payload and initiate the simulation. What details would you include in your design? Let's look at the options available. The correct answer is Microsoft Defender XDR. Microsoft Defender XDR means Extended Detection and Response, is a comprehensive solution designed to provide enhanced threat detection, investigation, and response capabilities across various platforms and services. It integrates multiple security products into a unified system, offering a better visibility and control over potential threats. And you can use attack simulation training in Microsoft Defender portal to run realistic attack scenarios. And these simulated attacks can help you identify vulnerable users before a real attack occurs. Question number 84. You have subscriptions to Microsoft 365 E5 and Azure, which include Microsoft Defender for Cloud and Microsoft Sentinel. You are tasked with designing a security operations solution to ensure that all logs collected by Defender for Cloud are ingested and utilized by Microsoft Sentinel. What are two best practices you should follow when creating the log analytics workspace for Microsoft Sentinel? Each correct answers present a complete solution. Read through these options, pause the video when you do that, and see if you can come up with the right answer. The correct answers are: use the same workspace for both Microsoft Sentinel and Defender for Cloud, and use a dedicated workspace cluster for Microsoft Sentinel if your projected data ingestion is more than 1 TB per day. So when naming your workspace, Consider using complex naming convention to identify your workspaces. Let's look at question number 85. You are tasked with managing an on-premises Active Directory domain services environment and have an Azure subscription. As part of your role, you need to synchronize directories and integrate on-premises group with Microsoft Entra only group for Azure resource access. Consider the best practices in Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework for Azure. How should you proceed to manage the on-premises group effectively? Let's look at the options available. The correct answer is use ADDS to manage the on-premises groups. To understand more about the best practices of Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework, please refer to question number 49 where I explained about it. So here, groups that are synchronized from on-premises can only be managed and updated from the identity source of truth, which is the on-premises Active Directory. Provisioning an ADDS domain controller to Azure Virtual Machine or provisioning Entra domain services will not meet this goal. So you can use ADDS to manage the on-premises group. Question number 86. Imagine you are setting up a conditional access solution for Microsoft Entra hybrid tenant named Conteso.com, which uses Entra Connect to synchronize with on-premises Active Directory domain services. Domain.conteso.com has different accounts including admin 1, which is assigned the global administrator RBAC role, user 1, which is an emergency access account, user 2 is an assigned the global reader access, and sync 1, which is the Microsoft Entra Connect sync account. Given that certain accounts need to be excluded from conditional access policies for security reason, which account should you exclude? So which is the account you should be excluding from the sync? The correct answer is user 1 and sync 1 only. The conditional access policies are so powerful tools. However, Microsoft recommends excluding emergency access or break glass accounts and service accounts from deployment plans. What are the benefits of excluding these accounts? This ensures that availability during emergencies, minimizing downtime, maintains automated services and workflows without interruption, and provides reliable access for administrators during crisis. Let's look at question number 87. Your company has recently acquired a new Azure subscription and aims to establish organizational standards to mitigate business risk. You need to recommend a solution to ensure consistency, security, cost management, and governance for Azure resources. Which solution would you propose? Let's look at the available 4 options. What's the correct answer? The correct answer is Azure Policy. We have gone through explanation of Azure Policy multiple times. If you want detailed explanation, go and refer question number 36. Azure Policy helps enforce organizational standards and access compliance. Common use cases for Azure Policy include implementing governance for resource consistency, regulatory compliance, security, cost, and management. Question number 88. You are managing a hybrid and multi-cloud environment that includes Windows Server hosted on premises alongside virtual machines in both Azure and AWS. As part of your design for incorporating Microsoft Defender for servers, you need to outline a method for integrating these servers with Microsoft Defender for cloud. What steps should you include in your plan? Let's look at these options available. The correct answer is Azure Arc. We looked into what is Azure Arc in detail on question 51. You can refer that for additional detail. Azure Arc helps you onboard AWS, Google Cloud Platform or GCP and on-premises machine to Azure. And Defender for Cloud uses Azure Arc to protect non-Azure machines. To use Defender services, all AWS, GCP and on-premises machines must be Azure Arc enabled. Question number 89. Your company has a multitude of connected operation technology, devices, and active Azure subscription. You are planning to integrate these OT devices by implementing agentless device monitoring and using the Azure portal to access data from all connected sensors. Given the need to incorporate the OT devices into Azure processes, what solution would you recommend to ensure effective integration and monitoring? Let's look into the options available. The correct answer is Microsoft Defender for IoT. To fully monitor a network, you need visibility of all endpoint devices on the network. Defender for IoT mirrors the traffic that moves through your network devices to Defender for IoT network sensors. Microsoft Defender for IoT is a security solution designed to protect Internet of Things and operational technology devices on your network. It works by monitoring the traffic that flows through your network devices using network sensors, ensuring that all endpoint devices are visible and secure. Question number 90. You are tasked with designing a security solution based on Microsoft Cloud Security Standards. As part of your project, you need to ensure that virtual machines running Windows are properly configured with trusted launch settings. How would you verify and attest remotely that these virtual machines are booted securely in alignment with trusted launch requirements? Let's look into the options available. The correct answer is Microsoft Defender for Cloud. You can refer to question number 13 for further details. There I explained about what is Microsoft Defender for Cloud in detail. Trusted Launch is integrated with Defender for Cloud to ensure that virtual machines are properly configured by remotely attesting that the virtual machine is booted in a healthy way.